Alright, this is a simple tour of my apartment. I'm trying to go a bit faster than my first one so that people who have seen this before just see how it's changed. But other people who are new to the setup aren't. So, obviously, the very first thing from the front door is the anime collection. As usual, I try and keep it alphabetized, and it's all double layered here. One change I've made is completely dedicated the left side anime DVDs over here. There's an empty shelf down there, but it meant that I had to compress my games a bit. So the Super Nintendo games are behind the Wii and the Wii U games. GameCube, DS, and Game Boy Advance are all sharing, blah 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 blah. My Japanese imports ended up over here, and those are my Anime Play DVDs. There's the manga. And a lot of that was so that I could just organize the Blu-rays over here. And they go all the way down to the bottom shelf. So I kick those out. Now you notice this pile of DVDs here. These would be DVDs that I have not yet put onto my anime media server, and so I haven't alphabetized them and either put them in the collection or prepared to at some point in the future put them in the collection. The Dragon boxes have ended up there, and the pile of NIS releases is nice and tall at this point. Let's see, I think when I last recorded this I mentioned I was going to hang a Madoka wall scroll there, and there it is. Speaking of wall scrolls, I think those have changed. I don't know about any of these though. Calendar always updates. I mentioned the Anime Media Server and those not being on it. The Anime Media Server is located next to the TV here, where it's actually out enough that you can peek around inside. There's nothing special about it. It's a simple low wattage motherboard with a low wattage CPU, 2 RAID cards to increase the number of SATA ports, and then full of hard drives here. And coming out the side here is a bunch of bundles of power and data cables to 8 hard drives there. Total disk space is 34 terabytes. I'm not recompressing my DVDs at all because I think that's just neater. And over here to the companion, the smaller not anime media server. And I don't think I've ever given an appropriate demonstration of it. It is really hard to see on the camera. My video capture stuff is on the fritz, but the basic idea here is I have directories for series, and the contents of the disks are just shared over the network. So if I go here and double click Urusei Yatsura, you can see a bunch of directories for the individual DVDs. And then if I click on, say, Urusei Yatsura TV Volume 10, you can see that it just looks like the contents of a DVD drive, or a DVD. Basically, I just copy the files off. Nothing complicated. So I can just right click on the directory and do play with VLC, and it just pops right up. Jump into the menu, jump into an episode, and I can just fire up pretty much any anime DVD from my collection just like that. Except for these few here that haven't been ripped yet. And of course, the Blu-rays are not quite all on there. I mean, most of the Blu-rays are not on there. Those are huge. You got my standard workstation here. You know, playing games like simple ones like Minecraft while watching anime. Gives me a good view of the TV. The I guess this companion mouse pad is a new thing since I last recorded the video. This one is the classic one that's been in pretty much all my videos. I can't think of anything else noteworthy to mention there. For new people, there is the kitchen, which has a nice view of the TV if I'm cooking while trying to watch anime. Can't think of anything noteworthy about the bathroom. It's just a bathroom, so then that just leaves the room. The hentai collection has not grown super huge, since it's just not a goal to grow it. And you do have, this is where that figure ended up, and the Zoid that I assembled in an earlier video is there. Some Christmas presents. A Minecraft torch, Steve head, and I think an iron sword. I don't use iron. Well, I guess my iron swords do glow, so yeah, that's an iron sword. Otherwise, I think the only other thing that might have changed in here are wall scrolls. I know I modified that, and that one there is a bit naughty. I think that one's been up, and that one's new. That one's new. Then we got a naughty one up there. So I think that just about covers everything. Harry Potter set ended up in here. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the living room, which, you know, I've settled on these things, just a couple of different things I've done. Keep some pillows out here for guests. And Charles, the person who runs the Reddit DVD collection subreddit, his mom made this for me. It's a blanket hand-woven using the colors of Unit 1 from Evangelion, which is pretty nifty. So, there you go. That's my apartment. As you can see, not much has changed. It mostly just looks different here and there. And for those of you seeing this for the first time, it is definitely a nice place to watch anime.